Good morning, yogis. Welcome to your Vinyasa flow for your staycation retreat, day 2, wake up Vinyasa flow. So we're going to start in Sukhasana, easy seated pose today. It's a little bit sweaty here in Bali, so I've got my non-slip mat. This is actually a travel mat, yoga design lab rather, which are here in Bali, but you can buy that on Amazon and have it shipped out to you. Weighs less than a kilo, perfect for traveling. It also comes with a matching sweat towel. Yay, perfect for sweaty climates like this. So if you're in far northwest, Western Australia or any other hot place on the planet, there you go. Let's start. Grounded and connected to the earth. Sukhasana, easy seated pose. We're going to take universal mudra. So each of the 5 fingers touch together, resting the elbows or the forearms onto the thighs and the shins. Ground and connect the hips down into the earth. A gentle lift of the heart space, a tuck of the chin. The crown of the head continues to lengthen the spine towards the sky. You're more than welcome to gently close your eyes here as we start to hear the sounds around us. Feel a gentle breeze perhaps. Notice any smells and sensations. Allow all of those things to be in existence around you. Notice the breath. Not doing anything with it, just for the moment. Notice how powerful yet effortless it is. Bringing us to this present moment. I invite you, as you find your next inhale, to follow the journey of the breath in through the body. Feeling the breath creating space. And as you exhale, allowing it to let go of what no longer serves you. We're going to take 8 breaths in this space. Following the journey of the breath into the body, you exhale a surrender, sign of acceptance, being here in this present moment. Six more breaths in this space. Atta Yoga Anusasana. And now this is yoga. It's the first of our Yoga Sutras in Patanjali's Yoga Sutras. Now this is yoga. Now in this present moment with this breath. Now begins yoga, meaning any moment, any time you are able to come back to your mat. Rekindle your connection with a life in yoga without judgment. Atta Yoga Anusasana. And now this is yoga. Your next inhale breath, gently open the eyes, release the hands down by the earth. Tip the head over to the left side of your room. Gently lift that left hand, place it on the right side of the head. A little gentle stretch for the neck as we wake up here. Continuing with that journey of the breath, the inhale and the exhale. The inhale creating space, and the exhale allowing you to explore the space you create with the breath. Inhale, head comes back to center, drops over to the other side, right hand up and over. Little stretch here, don't pull too hard. It's just a little wake up stretch for the side of the neck. One more round of breath, inhale. Exhale. Release the hand, come back to center, chin to chest. Interlace both hands this time. Place them on the back of the head and allow them to rest heavy. Feeling that stretch into the shoulders as you release any tension there and into the cervical spine. 2 more rounds of breath. Last one. Next inhale, gazing up, pressing the head into the hands, squeezing the shoulders and the elbows back to the back of the mat, gazing high. Notice if you've lifted the knees. See if you can draw belly to spine and lift the heart space. 2 more breaths here. A little bit of a challenge, that's okay. 1 more breath. Exhale and release. Coming over into tabletop. Hands, palms plant just underneath the shoulders. Knees are about hip width apart. Shins press the earth. 3 rounds of cat-cow. Inhale, belly down. Exhale, press the earth, roll through the back body. Inhale, belly down. Exhale, press and roll. Inhale, create that cow stretch here, gazing high. Exhale, rolling through the back, beautiful cat stretch. Inhale, come back to neutral spine. 1 deep inhale. 1 elongated exhale. A little bit of movement wherever you'd like to find it now as you move through your own variations of cat-cow. Maybe some barrel rolls. Feeling and ironing out any kinks here. I like to call it like yogi ironing. Sending the hips to the left and the right. Exploring into that space. Moving with the body. And when you're ready, come back to this neutral space. I want you to bring the knees closer together. Hands are going to come by the knees. And we're going to work into the core. So press the hands into the earth. We're going to lift the knees. And drop the forehead down. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Exhale and release. Interlace the hands behind the back. Squeeze the hands, palms together if that's available to you. If not, feel free to grab a towel if that's not available to you. And you can just use that towel behind the back to open up into that space. If you're a little bit more advanced, try and squeeze the hands, palms together to open a little bit more into the pecs and chest. Belly to spine. 2 more breaths here. Lifting the hands a little. Exhale, release. Fingertips, a little bit of movement there. Hands, palms press into the earth. Lifting up onto the front of the toes. Forehead to the knees. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Exhale, release. Interlace the hands behind the back. Draw belly to spine this time. A little bit of change of focus. Draw the hands down towards the earth as though you're pulling the hands towards the earth. Tuck the chin into the chest. Feel the difference in this stretch. 2 more breaths here. 1 more breath. Release the hands, a little bit of movement in the fingers. Hands, palms press into the earth. Lifting the knees. Gentle tuck of the forehead to the knees. For 5, 4, 10, 7, 1, and lower. Inhale, reach the arms up high. Exhale, hands through heart center. 1 more of these. Inhale, arms reach high. Exhale, hands through heart center. Just going to open up into the toes a little bit. So coming onto the toes from that seated space, I just want you to sit back in hips down into the heels. So if this posture is a little bit challenging for you, you can pop a towel, a blanket, a block underneath the knees, or if you don't have any of the above right now, you can just use the hands to take a little bit of that weight. If you're quite comfy here, bring the hands to Anjali Mudra and gentle tuck of the chin to the chest. Breathe and be. Opening up into the toes, super important. Those guys help us with our balance on a daily basis. So giving them a little bit of love and stretch here. As we might find ourselves in a balance or two just later. 2 more breaths. Certainly feeling it today. One more breath. Exhale, release the hands down to the earth. Uncurl the toes. Give them a little bit of a toe tap here. We're going to sit back onto the heels. So it always works that you either love the previous stretch and dislike this one, or vice versa. What we're going to do now is lift the knees up off the earth. So you're actually stretching through that front area of the shin. And I'm seriously feeling this in my left foot today. Those of you who've been following me, I do have a little bit of a burn. Scabbed up today, it's pretty nice. Yeah. And so, yeah, a little bit of a scratch and a graze on my other leg. And that scratch and a graze is telling me that it's here and present right now. You can bring the hands to Untitled Mudra. We're all dealing with stuff, right? We're just all dealing with different stuff. And the best way, or the best place I know to process that stuff is on this guy. So glad we're here. Inhale, exhale, 2 more breaths. Exhale and release. Coming back to your tabletop, and you can just have a little bit of a gentle move here. We're going to take a few rounds of cat-cow if you'd like to join, or whatever is going to work for you right now. Inhale, belly down. Exhale, roll and press. Notice the difference between this round and your first round. Inhale, belly down. Exhale, roll through the spine, create space between the shoulders. Step the right foot behind. Step the left foot behind. Ta-da! Plank pose. 3 rounds of breath here. Press the hands into the earth. Start doming through the shoulders, creating space between the scapula. Gaze forward from your mat, about 2 or 3 feet. Engage the core. Shorten that distance between the ribs and the hips. 2 more breaths. Inhale, exhale, 1. If this is really super tough, drop the knees. Try and stay up there as long as you can. Exhale, press back. Downward facing dog. Here we are. Let's get into our Vinyasa flow. A little bit of movement here with the hips and heels. Press the hands like starfish into the earth, as though you're trying to send the mat away. Drop the head. Wrap the shoulder blades around the armpits, creating space between the scapula. Inhale, gaze forward, gentle bend of the knees, and you can step forward. Keep the feet shoulder width apart, bend into the knees, drop the belly down onto the thighs, rest the head. I'll show you this side on. Bend as deep as you need here to rest the belly onto the thighs. Start to cultivate the belly to thigh connection as you move through your sun salutations. Your Uttanasana, deep forward fold, is going to ask this of you. It's going to start lengthening through the hamstring as we lift the hips, pressing the backs of the legs towards the back of the room, drawing the head down. Gentle rock forward and back in the heels and toes. Use the hands as brakes and just explore this space a little. Explore into the opening of the toes and the feet. Should feel quite nice, hopefully. Relax back down. Feel the feet grounded and connected to the earth. Release any tension from the neck. Shake the head yes, no, and maybe. Heel toe or toe heel your feet together. As you inhale, roll your eyes, come all the way to standing. Inhale, hands up over the head, hands, palms, press. Heart lifts, heels ground and connect. Lift the kneecaps, lift the quadriceps. The invitation is to lift the hands, but we actually want to lengthen the neck as well. So think of softening in the shoulders. 2 more breaths here. 1 more breath. Release the hands to Anjali Mudra at heart center, this gesture of namaste, acknowledging that the light inside me is the very same light that shines inside each and every one of you. As you inhale your next breath, think of a moment that brought you joy today. Could have been your coffee, your kids, your beautiful space and freedom that you've given yourself in your staycation retreat. Maybe you don't have to go into the office today. Maybe you do. also winning. Whatever that moment was, take an inhale breath. Find that joy. As you exhale, send that joy out into the world. Because the world could use a little more joy right about now, yeah? We're going to come into sun salutation, A, 3 rounds. If you're not already at the front of your mat, I invite you to step forward, feet together. Release the hands down by the side body. Inhale, arms reach high. Exhale, deep forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, step back to plank. Hold your plank for just a moment. Bring the knees down to the earth. Exhale, Ashtanga Namaskar. Hands, toes, knees, chest and chin. Inhale, baby cobra. Feet plant the earth. Little lift, lengthen the neck. Exhale, tuck the toes, send the hips over the heels. Press back, downward facing dog. 3 rounds of breath here. Inhale, exhale 1. Inhale, exhale 2. Inhale, exhale 3. Inhale, gaze forward, gentle bend of the knees, step or float forward, flat back. Or one breath if you can. Exhale, deep forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, roll to rise. Hands, palms press, heart lifts, heels ground. Hands to heart center. Hands by the side, round 2, sun sal A. Inhale. Exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, hold your plank. Inhale, knees down to the earth. As you exhale, elbows into the ribs. Inhale, lift back up. Looks like a push-up, feels like a push-up. Totally a push-up. Exhale, elbows to the ribs. Keep that ironing board shape with the body. Inhale, lift. Last one, I promise. Exhale. Inhale, lift. This time we're coming all the way down to the earth and moving to baby cobra. Exhale, hover. Inhale, baby cobra. Tuck the toes. As you exhale, send the hips over the heels, press back, downward facing dog. 3 rounds of breath here. Inhale, exhale 1. Belly to spine. Inhale, exhale 2. Inhale, exhale 3. Inhale, gaze forward, gentle bend in the knees. Step or float forward, flat back. Exhale, deep forward fold. Inhale, roll to rise. Arms reach high, hands, palms press, heart lifts, heels ground. Exhale, hands to heart center, hands by the side. Last round, sun sal A. Inhale, arms reach high. Exhale, deep forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, step back and hold your plank. Shorten the distance between the ribs and the hips. Gently shift the weight forward and back over the hands so the shoulders are coming forward. Gaze forward of the mat. Come back into your steady plank. Shorten the distance between the ribs and the hips. Dome up through the shoulders. As you exhale, shift slightly forward. Ribs and elbows are besties. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha. Exhale, Ardha Mukha, press back. 3 rounds of breath here. Inhale, exhale 1. Inhale, exhale 2. Inhale, exhale 3. Gentle bend in the knees. Inhale, step forward, flat back. Exhale, deep forward fold. Inhale, roll to rise. Hands, palms press, heart lifts, heels ground. Hands to heart center. Hands by the side. Utkatasana, chair pose. Sweep the hands down by the earth. Leave the heels grounded. Leave the hips sitting back behind the heels like you are trying to sit in a chair. Reach the hands high. Ground down, squeeze everything. Draw belly to spine. And we want to lengthen through the back body. So as you sit down in this space, think about drawing the belly to the spine and lengthening the back body. 2 more breaths here. Inhale, exhale 1. Inhale, exhale 2. Hands to heart center. Exhale, deep forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, flat back. As you exhale, step back to plank, yogi's choice. Take your vinyasa, either of the 3 variations that we showed earlier. Exhale, chaturanga dandasana. Inhale, urdhva mukha. Exhale, ardha mukha. Inhale, right leg lifts. Ground that left heel. Exhale, right foot, right hand, crescent lunge. Inhale, lift high. Track the right knee towards the midline. Lift and lengthen through that back leg. Shorten the distance, ribs and hips, drop it down. One more breath. Inhale, reach the fingertips. Exhale, hands, palms pressed, step back to plank. Take a vinyasa, yogi's choice. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, crescent lunge, left hand, left foot. Inhale, reach high. Left knee tracks the midline. Lift the heart space. Surrender the hips. Inhale, exhale 1. Inhale, exhale 2. Inhale, exhale, both hands down to the earth. Step back, take a vinyasa. Exhale, chaturanga dandasana. Inhale, urdhva mukha. Exhale, ardha mukha. 3 rounds of breath here. Inhale, exhale 1. Inhale, exhale 2. Inhale, exhale 3. Inhale, gaze forward, gentle bend in the knees. Step or float forward, flat back. Exhale, deep forward fold. Returning to your Utkatasana, everybody's favorite chat pose, yay! Reach the hands. Just going to step back a little bit here so I can see you and you can see me. Bend into the knees, drop the hips back over the heels, belly to spine. Reach the hands forward. Bring the hands to heart center. Anjali Mudra. Left elbow is going into the right knee. Inhale and lengthen. We're coming into prayer twist. Gazing over the right shoulder. Make sure both knees are in line. Don't let that right knee pop forward. Gaze over the right shoulder. 2 more breaths. Inhale, exhale 1. Inhale, exhale 2. Inhale back to center. Little reprieve, arms reach high. Exhale, hands through heart center, bend into the knees. This time, right elbow, left knee. Inhale, lengthen. Squeeze everything together. Don't let that right knee pop out. Inhale, use that elbow to leverage the length in the back body. And the exhale breath to deepen the twist. 2 more breaths. 1 more breath. Inhale back to center. Exhale, deep forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, step back to plank. Take your vinyasa, chaturanga dandasana. Inhale, urdhva mukha. Exhale, ardha mukha. Beautiful work, everybody. Keep going. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, right foot, right hand. This time we're going to lift that right hand off the earth, coming to easy twist. Reaching the right arm high. 2 more breaths here. Try and lift the belly off the thigh. Draw the hips down. Pull that right hip back in space. Inhale, exhale 1. Straighten the left knee. Nothing to think about here, right? Exhale and release. Step the right foot back. Take a vinyasa. Optional vinyasas. You can stay in downward facing dog if you'd like. Exhale, press back. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, left foot, left hand. Plant the left hand, right hand down. Inhale, left arm lifts. Gaze towards the sky. Square the hips. Belly off the thigh. Shorten the distance between the ribs and the hips. Lift that left hand. Straighten the right leg. Breathe here. 2 more breaths. Inhale, exhale 1. Inhale, exhale 2. Yogi's choice, vinyasa or step back, downward facing dog. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, urdhva. Exhale, ardha. Breathe in deep. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, right foot, right hand. Inhale, crescent. We're opening up to warrior 2. Turn and open. Right foot to the front of the mat. A little exploration here. So this yogi exploration. This right knee tracking over your right toe, opening the hips so they open to the side of your yoga mat. This is an open hip posture. Just like in our tutorials, remember? A little bit of exploring here. Try not to get stuck. Inhale, arms lift, shoulder height, gaze over the front right fingers, belly to spine, sit back in the hips. Allow the shoulders to release. Exhale, right elbow, right knee. Inhale, left arm up and over, wide side angle. Gaze towards the fingertips. Use that elbow into the thigh to open up that external rotation of the right hip, that right femur. 2 more breaths here. Inhale, back to your warrior 2. Straighten through that front right leg. Coming into Trikonasana. Heel toe, that back left foot a little bit closer. And I'm going to turn side on here. So that back left foot is just a little bit closer. Hands reaching out to the side, gazing over the front right hand here. Send your hips to the back of the room. Reach, 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 reach as far as you can. Hand onto the shin. Inhale, left arm lifts. Draw belly to spine. Lengthen and lift that left hand. Gaze towards the fingertips and the sky. Lengthen the underneath of the body. Surrender that down a little bit more, belly to spine. 1 more breath. Exhale and release both hands down to the earth. A little bit of weight into this front right foot. And you're going to shift that back foot so the heels are in line. Now we're coming into Revolved Triangle. So take this left hand and you can either place it on the inside of the left foot here, the right foot, or you can transfer that over to the outside. Inhale, right arm high and lift. 2 more breaths here. Gazing up towards that top right hand, lengthening, pressing both feet into the earth. 1 more breath. Exhale and release both feet down, hands down to the earth. I'm just going to shift here so you can see where I'm going. Press the hands, step right foot back, left foot back, take a vinyasa. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, urdhva mukha. Exhale, ardha mukha, press back. Inhale, left leg lifts. Left foot, left hand, crescent lunge. Inhale, lift. Opening up into your warrior 2, facing the side of the room, the side of the mat. Left knee tracks the left toes. A little bit of movement here, come down in the hips, find that opening. Arms over the toes, gazing forward. Belly to spine, sit back in the hips, open that hip. 2 more breaths here. Inhale, exhale 1. Little micro adjustments. Inhale, exhale 2. Next, exhale, elbow comes into that squidgy part of the quadricep and you're going to start to press that and open up into the femur. Right arm up and over. Wide side angle. Keep the hips drawing down. A little bit of opening, a little bit of movement. Finding some stillness here. 2 more breaths. 1 more breath. Inhale back to your warrior 2. Straight into the front leg. Heel toe, the back leg forward. Coming into our Trikonasana triangle pose. Send the back hip to the back of the room. Reach as far forward as you can. Exhale, left hand comes down to the shin. Right hand lifts high. Inhale, belly to spine. Deepen that twist, gazing high. 2 more breaths here. 1 more breath. Exhale, right hand down to the earth. A little bit of an adjustment here. You're going to bring that right foot a little closer in. Right hand either on the inside of the right foot here. You can take it to the outside. You can rest it on a block if that's going to make it easier. Plant the hand, ground your feet. Inhale and lift. Gazing up towards that top hand. 3 more breaths here. Plant the feet. 1 more breath. Exhale. Left hand replaces right. Step the left foot back, step the right foot back. Vinyasa, exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, urdhva mukha. Exhale, press back, ardha mukha. 2 rounds of breath here. Inhale, exhale 1. Inhale, exhale 2. Bend into the knees, gaze forward, come to seated. A little bit of core. I'm going to turn side on for you. Coming up to Navasana, holding out of Asana for 5. And you can take full Navasana if you're keen. 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower down to boat for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Releasing all the way down to the earth. I'm just going to shuffle forward a little bit. Those tiles are a little cold. I'm going to bring my knees into my belly. Allow my shoulders to relax down on the floor. Tuck my chin into the chest. Flex my feet. Elbows, hands by the side of the head, elbows by the shoulders. Then we're going to lift the shoulders up off the earth. And then we're going to bring the the left elbow to the right knee and back. Right elbow, left knee and back. And we've got 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one. Hold the shoulders up, hands by the hips, lift the feet, lift the butt for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, knees into the chest, forehead to the knees. Cosmic egg, infinite possibility. We can do this. We've got infinite possibilities. Ready? A little rock and roll. And you're going to come back to Navasana. Up we go. Up. Arms, legs, lift. There we are. We've got to make it fun because, like, we know the core, we really struggle through it, but this is the best way to improve your strength for your chaturanga, your plank pose, crow when we get to it, the whole kit and caboodle. 2 more breaths here. Inhale, exhale 1. Inhale, exhale 2. Low boat. So belly towards the spine for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring the knees up to right angles. Keep the shoulders lifted. Extend the right leg. Flex the right foot. Keep the shoulders up. Tuck the chin into the chest. Lower this right leg for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it here. Bend it back in. Extend left leg. Here we go. 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend it back in. We've got 4 more. Extend it up for 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend, extend. 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend, extend. 4, 3. Don't let this foot touch the floor. Bend, extend. Last one. See if you distract yourself. Bend and don't extend. Knees into the chest. Oh, relax down. While we're here, let's take a little supine twist. Drop the knees all the way over to the right side. Extend the arms. Gaze in the opposite direction to the knees. Breathe and be here for 4 breaths. 3, 2, 1. Inhale, knees back through center, rolling all the way over onto the left. Right arm comes out, gazing towards the right arm. 4 breaths here. Deeply surrender to this space. Knees back to the center. I'm going to come around, a little rock and roll. Hello. And again, feel the juiciness of the spine. And come all the way up to downward facing dog. Rolling, rolling, rolling. Rolling with my omies. Hands, palms press, heels ground, hips lift, belly to spine. A little gentle bend in the knees. Step or float forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, deep forward fold. Inhale, roll to rise. Hands, palms press, heart lifts, heels ground. I've got noisy neighbours that simply cannot contain themselves, even though I've asked so nicely for them to let me record this video in some semblance of peace. But there you go, the world still goes on around us, right? Inhale, arms reach high. Exhale, deep forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, plant the hands, step back to plank. Shift the body weight forward and take a vinyasa. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, urdhva mukha. Exhale, back, ardha mukha. Inhale, lift the right leg high, step forward through to crescent lunge. Inhale and up. Exhale, release the hands down to shoulder height. We're coming into Garudasana from here. I want you to bring the left hand underneath the right and give those arms a little bit of a wrap. Lifting the elbows just ever so slightly. We're going to shift and transfer into Ekapatadasana on our right leg. So shift the body weight forward, and as you inhale, lift the left leg. As you exhale, bend into the right and start that wrap for your Garudasana. So I've got a little bit of a burn on this leg, so it's making me a little bit nervous because I don't want to touch it with my other foot. And this is what happens. We have a little bit of fear. We have a fear of falling, a fear of pain. And this is the perfect example of that. So how do I move past it? I start to ground and connect into the earth. I lift the elbows. I find that one point of focus for my balance. And I breathe. 2 more breaths, everyone together. Beautiful work. 1 more breath. Inhale, Ekapatadasana. We're going to step back to crescent lunge. Exhale, step it back. Gently. Warrior arms out to the side. Exhale, bring the hands, palms down to the earth. Step back and take chaturanga. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, urdhva. Exhale, ardha. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, crescent lunge to the left. Inhale, lift. Arms side, Garudasana, right wraps under left. Transferring the weight to Ekapatadasana. Inhale, lift. Exhale, find your balance and start that wrap. 1 point of focus. Belly to spine, elbows lift, shoulders down. Create that little box. 3 more breaths here. Inhale, exhale, 1. Inhale, exhale, 2. No injury this side, no fear. Coming back through Ekapatadasana to our crescent lunge. Inhale, lift. Exhale and step back gently to crescent. Unwrap the arms. Exhale, hands, palms press the earth. Step back to plank. Take a vinyasa. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, urdhva mukha. Exhale, back, ardha mukha. 2 breaths here. Inhale, exhale, 1. Inhale, exhale, 2. Inhale, exhale, 3. Inhale, gentle gaze forward, bend into the knees. Step or float forward, flat back. Exhale, deep forward fold. Inhale, roll to rise. Reach up, hands, palms press, heart lifts, heels ground. Bring the hands to heart center. Just going to take a little tree pose here. So coming back from our Ekapatadasana. Bring that right foot into the right thigh. Press the thigh and press the foot into each other. So it's almost like they're having their own little war here. Just breathe and be in this balancing space wherever you might be for just a moment. So in your tree pose, this might be you today. This might be you. Try not to rest the foot on the knee. Try and bring it all the way up into the groin if you can. And press the adductor, the inside of the thigh here, into that foot. Press the foot back into that thigh. Belly to spine. Opening into the hips. Chin to chest. 2 more breaths. One more breath. Exhale and release. Give the legs a little bit of a shake. A little bit of Saturday night action, even though it's Lord knows what day it is. Tree pose on the other side. Ground and connect. Feel both feet grounded and connected to the earth. Lifting the left, find your point of focus wherever you come into your tree pose today. Press that foot into the thigh, so right foot, left foot, right thigh, left foot. This is your adductor on the inside here, and we want it to be very good friends with the foot. Opening into the hips, drawing the sacrum or the pelvic girdle down towards the earth, lengthening, telescoping the ribs away from the back, but then this shortening of the distance between the ribs and the hips, lengthening into the spine. Gentle tug of the chin to chest. 4 more breaths wherever you are. If you fall out, falling's not failure, it's finding your edge. It's just telling you where you are today and perhaps what you need to work on. Just that little bit. Exhale and release. A little bit of movement here. Take the arms up over the head, reach high. Keep the hands shoulder width apart. Rise up onto the toes and find your balance here in this space. Just for a moment. Exhale and release. Bring the hands back through heart center. Start to bend into the knees. Lift the heels from the earth. Coming all the way down. Allow the hips to be over the heels, but don't let them sink and touch the heels. Create a little box here. Reach the arms forward. Reach the arms up high. Take the arms out to the side. Bring them back into prayer, all in balance. Open the knees out to the side. Release the hands down to the earth and come into crow pose. Just a little bit of fun here in our arm balancing for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Widen the distance between the feet as you return to earth and come into Malasana, our yogi squat. Elbows into the knees here. Lengthen through the back body, tuck the chin into the chest. Breathe and be. 2 more breaths here. Inhale, exhale 1. Inhale, exhale 2. We're going to play in crow again from this space here. So plant the hands down. So remember in our workshop, hands are just slightly forward of the feet. Well, actually there's a little bit of distance there. I'm going to lift my hips up and my knees are going to sit on the outside of my biceps and triceps. Outside of my triceps. Press the hands, engage into the core and holding this space for 5, 4, 3, 2 and 1. Exhale back down to Malasana. Little bit of a shift here in the hip opening. Grounding and connecting down. Hands, palms, press. Untitled Mudra. Close down the eyes. Find a little bit of balance here. Reach the hands forward. Turn the toes towards the front of the room. And very gently drop yourselves down. Try not to fall over. Extend the feet out to the front. And as you exhale, coming down to this kind of low boat, but not all the way low. Inhale, lift, and we're coming into Paschimottanasana. So feet flexed, lengthening the legs into the mat. I'm just going to take a little walk forward, leave my butt in the past, my past in the behind. I'm going to reach the arms up, inhale. As you exhale, reach as far forward as you can, gazing beyond the mat. Reaching, 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 reaching. And when you can't reach any further, allow yourself a beautiful gift of the exhale as you surrender the head down towards the legs. Doesn't matter where you are in this stretch. What I want you to do is pull the toes back towards the face. Lengthen through the back body. Gaze beyond your mat. Try not to gaze in towards the belly button in this variation because we want you to lengthen through the spine. I'm just going to turn side on and show you what that looks like. So leave our butt in the behind. I'm drawing my belly towards my spine. Inhale and lift. And as I exhale, I'm reaching forward, forward, forward as far as I can. And then as I go to exhale, I allow the head to surrender. And I lose the length in my back body. Even if you're here today, And you inhale and you go, oh, I'm stuck. Relax the hands down. Keep the length in the back body. So keep drawing forward. Eventually exhaling and releasing all the way down. This won't happen overnight, but my yogi friends, I promise you it will happen. 2 more breaths here. Last breath, inhale and reach all the way back up to the sky. Hands plant behind your butt. Point the toes. Inhale, lift. Drop the head back. 2 more breaths here. Inhale, exhale 1. Inhale, exhale 2. Exhale and release. Coming over onto the knees. I'm going to take Camel Pose. A little bit of opening here. Coming onto the toes. If you're a beginner in this space, or if you're a little bit more advanced, you can release the toes down to the earth. Knees roughly hip width apart. If you'd like to track a little deeper into this posture, you can separate the knees a little, bring the toes a little closer together at the back. Hands, palms to your glutes. Inhale and lift the heart space. Start to gaze towards the sky as you press the hips, squeeze the elbows together, retraction of the shoulder blades. Gazing all the way back. This might be you today. If you're keen to reach for the feet, right and left. Opening the heart, pressing the hips forward. Breathe here, 4 breaths. Coming back from where you went in. Inhale, chin to chest. Plant the hands down, shuffle the knees together, and sit back into the heels, so the hips meet the heels, resting the hands onto the knees. You can take child's pose here. I just like taking hero's pose because I love the feeling of that exploration of camel and the effects that it has on my body once you drop in and connect into that space. We're going to take camel a second time round. So come back into whatever variation that you went into last time, and I'd like you to come back to that space. So a little separation of the knees if that was you. Coming up, maybe a separation of the feet. The hands planting just onto the glutes, the top of the glutes here, engaging the belly. So we want to, although we're going to shorten this distance here, that's going to create that length in the lumbar spine that we've been talking about throughout practice today. Retraction of the shoulder blades is the squeezing of the elbows together, so we're actually opening already into this heart space. Inhale, lift the chest, press the hips, drop the head back. Reaching and lifting. 4 more breaths here. Inhale, coming back the way we went in, chin to chest, and sitting back. I'm just going to turn to face you guys. And rest. So anything that came up for you during that camel pose, just sit with it, it's perfectly fine. Working into the heart chakra is all about releasing fear, finding courage, and connection to the heart space. And the reason it becomes quite emotional for us is because for so much of our life and our working day is we're disconnected to that space. And we go about on autopilot, like we're pre-programmed to get up in the morning, get our coffee, go to work, come home, feed the kids, do our homework, whatever it might be. We're on autopilot for most of the day. So when we start to move into heart space, opening postures like that, sometimes it can be a little overwhelming and challenging. So whatever it is, just be with it. The universe has given us this time and space to reconnect. And part of that reconnection is the reconnection with the heart space. Your heart's deepest desires, your place of truth and authenticity. 1 more breath here. We're going to come into Pigeon Pose now. And we're going to come here, not from downward facing dog, but from tabletop. So hands, palms plant into the earth, and you can come back to your tabletop pose here. We're going to slide the right knee, and we're going to slide that knee just outside of the right hand and squirrel that right foot towards the left hand here. So tuck the toe of the back left leg, and you can lift up and seat yourself down on the earth. So you can notice here that I'm fairly square to the earth, and it might be a little bit of a challenge. What we want is this back leg to be parallel to the mat. This front right leg here, it doesn't matter that, and I'll just do a demonstration, if your leg's here or if it's a little bit closer down here. This is about like it's a little bit about functional mobility, and it's a little bit about the actual structure of your hip joint. So we work with what we're given, and we don't push past to the place of like, oh my God, pain and crying. We allow ourselves to gently open up, and that's the work that we do. Sometimes we have to give ourselves patience and space, practice a little bit of acceptance. So sitting in this upward space first, we're opening into the piriformis. So you can take a little rock side to side just to find some adjustment here. Now, if your hip here is well and truly up off the floor, put some padding underneath. So shove a block under there, or bolster, or a towel. Steal a kid's lunchbox, you know how I feel about them. Free for all. Inhale, gaze high. Exhale, start to walk the hands forward. And wherever you are, just be there. We're stretching into the piriformis, which is buried underneath your glute muscles. So this can be a really, really beautiful stretch. It can also be a really challenging stretch, so be prepared for that. And wherever you are, it's perfectly okay. Take it slowly, breathe, and gently walk your hands forward a little bit further. And when you feel a comfortability in that space, like I'm pressing into the burn on my leg, then exhale and surrender. We're going to stay here for 10 breaths, so just breathe and be. And use these 10 breaths wherever the breath is drawing your attention, that's where the place of tension is. Use that breath to release the tension in that space. So wherever the mind is drawn, acknowledge that space, and then just let that tension be. Let it leave the body. 6 more breaths here. Gently walking the hands back underneath the shoulders, lift the upper body, and just sit onto that right hip, lift this left leg, and just toe tap here. Inhale, take it back. So you've got this kind of hurdlers pose. Inhale, lift it forward. Exhale, take it back. Inhale, lift it forward. 2 more. Exhale, take it back. You're like, what's she doing? And I'm like, inhale, functional mobility. Exhale, take it back. Last one, inhale. You've got the left foot in front, and you're going to swing your right leg around now into your pigeon pose. So, again, this knee is tracking out to the side of the mat. These are just all different entrance and exit strategies. Nothing right, nothing wrong, just different. Tuck the toe of that right leg so that you can actually move that behind you so that that right leg is directly behind the right hip. Allow yourself to lift up and out of this space. Little gentle rock side to side, feeling that opening. Maybe you can make an adjustment with that foot, totally up to you. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, elbows down to the earth, almost like you're telescoping the ribs away from the hips here and feeling that separation of the ribs from the hips. And as you release into the space, start to bring the body down until you find that full surrender. You might find that one side is a little bit more user-friendly than the other. We always have a fun side and a more fun side, right? So whatever the differences are, just be with them and use the breath to breathe in and out of the space and let go of whatever's going on in there. So you've got 6 more breaths. Gently walk the hands under the shoulders, lift the body, and here we go, a little bit of functional mobility. We're going to lift that right leg, inhale, tap the toe, exhale, take it back, hurdles pose, inhale, tap the toe, exhale, take it back, inhale, tap the toe, exhale, take it back, one more, inhale, tap the toe, exhale, take it back, inhale, bring it back to the front. Just a little bit of extra stretching here. We're going to take our right foot and we're going to give our right foot a little bit of a hug here. A little bit of rock the baby. Oh baby, baby foot, baby leg. Rock the baby. Feels nice. Try and lengthen through the back body. Draw that foot in towards, or the shin towards the chest. Lengthening a little bit here in the hamstring. And that hip space, 2 more breaths. Exhale and release. Swap it over other leg. Fun side, more fun side. Rock the baby. So the foot goes into the crook of the elbow. Hands become friends. Start a little bit of movement here. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. Pull that foot in, pull the shin in towards the chest, lengthen through the back body. Feel that stretch happening into the leg, into the hip. 2 more breaths. Exhale and release. Coming into Konasana, our butterfly pose. And we've got the soles of the feet together here. And I want you to squirrel your butt towards your heels. And you're going to interlace the fingers here and you're going to make like a little hat. And this hat is going to fit on the end of the toes. When you've got this hat on the end of the toes, so we're not actually gripping underneath the feet here, but directly over the toes. As you inhale, press the knife edge of the feet into the earth. I'm going to come a little bit closer here. Knife edge of the feet into the earth, lifting through the back body. And as you exhale, I want you to think about sending the sit bones. So these guys here, I want you to think about pushing them into the earth. Inhale, knife edge of the feet into the earth, lengthen through the back body. Exhale, ground and connect the sit bones into the earth. So you can see I've got my serious concentration face on here. Inhale, lengthening, knife edge of the foot. Exhale, surrender, and you'll feel this natural opening in the hips. Inhale, lengthen, knife edge of the foot. Exhale, ground and connect the sit bones. 2 more breaths here. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, ground and connect the sit bones. Open up into the hips. 1 more breath. Inhale, knife edge of the feet. Press down. Exhale, sit bones. Open into the hips. Oh, I can feel that. Feels so good. Inhale, arms underneath the knees. Bring them back to the chest. Point the toes into the earth. Wrap the arms around the knees. Drop the head. Cosmic egg, the place of infinite possibility. We are here, my friends. We have made it through an entire flow. I'm going to get ready to set you back out into the wilderness after this morning flow. 2 more breaths here in this tiny little place. 1 more breath. And when you're ready, you can just roll down and come into your Shavasana. Rest and relax. So the feet are falling out to the side, arms are out to the side, gentle tuck of the chin to the chest, elbows into the mat, just to shuffle the shoulders underneath there. And just breathe and be. Stay here for as long as you can. 10 minutes, 20 minutes if it's available to you. 3 minutes at the very least. When you're ready to come out of your Shavasana, gently reawaken the energy in your fingers and toes. Arms reaching up over the head. Create the long version of you. As you exhale, roll to one side, hands underneath the head. Finding and marking this halfway point between the wake and sleep states. Press a hand into the earth and gently lift yourself back into Sukhasana, easy seated pose. So remember your Shavasana is available to you for 5, 10, 15 minutes, whatever time you can give your Shavasana. And this is a beautiful space now when you come out of that Shavasana to take this opportunity to meditate. So if you can, I invite you to stay here, whether it's 2, 3 or 5 minutes, and just see if you can find that place of mindfulness, that connection of body to breath, and sit in stillness with yourselves. Bringing the hands to heart center, we're going to close our practice with 1 Om and 3 Shantis. Take an inhale and release the breath first. Next inhale for Om. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace in the heart, peace in the head, peace in the home, peace to all in the universe. Thank you for joining me here on your rubber rectangles today in collective practice. I wish everyone a wonderful day. Bringing the hands to the third eye center, may we always think kind thoughts. As we bring our hands to our lips, may we always speak words of kindness. As we bring our hands to our heart center, may those thoughts and words of